Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Friday, January the 13th, 2023. Friday the 13th. Wow. Anyway, look, it's all right. Show's pretty good. Nina got told. Yeah. But anyway, Jocelyn had got a text, and I'm thinking that girl better not be leaving Nina's Willow's bedside to go do bedside with Dex, right? But anyway, so on her way out the room, she runs into Sunny, and she wasn't all that. She's like, "Look, I have to go take care of something. I don't want to leave Willow alone, but I don't see Michael." Sonny's like, "I will go, look, I'll go sit by Willow's bedside. I'll explain it to Michael. Thank you." Thank you. There wasn't no look, because look, I was going to do it anyway. You don't have to tell me you're going to sit by her bedside. I could care less what you're going to do, Sonny. None of that, right? So Jocelyn leaves, and she goes to the PCPD. They were trying to ambush her. They finally, some other security footage on the pier worked. You would think with a serial killer on the loose, Mayor Collins would make sure every camera on the pier was working. You would think so, right? Well, this one was working. So we've got Robert Scorpio. So we've got the DA. We've got the police commissioner, and we've got Dante. So Jocelyn walks into the room looking like, well, what's this? And like, hello, Jocelyn, we've got some questions. So I guess to smooth it out, they let Dante ask the questions, right? Because that's her brother, stepbrother, right? No, actually, he's not related to her at all. That's Sunny and Olivia's kid. She's Carly and Jax's kid. No, Jocelyn and Dante could get married. Anyway, anyway, if she wasn't so much younger, right? So he's asking her the questions, and he shows her. He goes, and she looks at it, and she goes, "Well, that looks grainy." Passes it right back to Dante. And he goes, "We have everything reason to believe." I got something on my shirt here. "We have every reason to believe that that's you, Jocelyn. That we know, or we have a theory you were the intended victim when Brandon Corbin unfortunately was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and we feel like the hook killer tried to come at you again." And so Jocelyn is looking at them, and then all of a sudden the door opens up, and it's our favorite chic, stylish, sleek, sophisticated attorney, Diane Miller. I go, "Yeah, Diane." I'm thinking, oh, who called Diane? That's what I was thinking, right? Well, apparently, I guess Jocelyn had texted or called Diane while she was on her way over there. And Diane was just saying, "Don't really say nothing till I get there." So Jocelyn was kind of dragging it out. Diane walks in, and she says, "Oh, what is this? We've got the deputy DA, the police commissioner, and Detective Falconeri all questioning my client. Now, you all know better than that." And so Jordan goes, "Well, we'd hope to keep this informal." She goes, "Oh, no, no, this is not how, this is not how to do it, right?" And so she goes, "And I need a moment to confer with my client." So they step out. She talks to Jocelyn. Then we see him coming back in. And Diane says, "Okay, my client is ready to make a statement. But if at any time this turns into a inquisition, oh, I'm pulling the plug." And that's what George says. "But we were trying to keep this informal." No, nope, this is the way to do it. So Jocelyn actually tells part of the truth. Part of the truth was she was the person in the video. The hook was going to attack her. She fell. She couldn't run. She had heels on. And out of the blue, Britt Westbourne came. She said the hook had a mask on. Couldn't see her face, so I can't tell you who she was, you know. And when Britt got in the middle of me, she told me to run. So I did. And I thought, okay, well, that part's the lie. You know, but she told me to run. And I thought, okay, that cleaned it up. Isn't that funny? Miss Hypocritical. She sure did protect and lie. Well, yeah, she sure did lie to keep Dex's name out of it. She lied to keep Dex's name out of it. You know, but decent enough lie, because now people won't say, well, wait a minute, I don't know, folks. What kind of lie is that? So I ran. I didn't run and call my brother, who's a detective. I didn't run and call 911 that there is a hook killer on Pier 54. And Dr. Britt Westbourne is fighting with a hook killer. See, Jocelyn, you ran and you didn't run to go get help. I don't know, folks. That does sound worse. Really? I'm just saying, that sounds a little worse to me. Okay. So we'll see how that plays out. We'll see if it leaks to Obrecht, and now Obrecht wants to kill Jocelyn herself. Now Jocelyn got the hook and Obrecht after her. So let's see. Then we have Porsha. Porsha, Curtis, and Trina were playing cards. Trina was preoccupied with her phone, texting. She goes, Trina, you've been texting all night. Who are you texting? It would have been respectfully, Mom, that's private. Trina's an adult now. 19, 20. She should be 20 this year, right? She's only living back at home because of the hook killer. She was living on her own with Jocelyn in the dorms, right? And her mama wouldn't know who she texting. Who are you texting? And so Curtis looked at Porsha and was like, I mean, without crossing too many boundaries, though. I mean, because she's thinking, well, goodness, Porsha, slow your roll, honey, right? So Trina goes, oh, Spencer needs me. You know, he's just going through a lot right now. He needs me. Oh, then Porsha goes off a deep end about Spencer, this, and blah, blah, blah. Curtis gets up to go get them some dessert, right? Because I'll let you handle this. And so Porsha is just telling him all about, no, I will not allow you to get mixed up in that family. You know, because I will not. And Trina looked at her and said, Mom, you know what? It doesn't matter what you want, because Spencer is my friend, not yours. And pretty much Trina let her know, I pick my friends and I'm going to do what I want, because she's too much in pretty much unsaid words, because I'm an adult, Mom, and you can't control my life like that. But Trina was very respectful about it. And Porsha, honey, she goes, you know what, Mom, it's getting late. Excuse me, I'm going up to bed. You tell Curtis, I don't want dessert anymore. And Trina gets up and leaves, and Porsha's sitting there like, what, wait. You mean I can't pull down an ultimatum? What? Is this what it means to have a 19, 20-year-old? Right? And so Curtis comes in, she goes, how much of that did you hear? He goes, oh, quite a bit. You know, and then he kind of let her know, Porsha, you have to give Trina some space, you know, bottom line. That's a lose, period. Because Trina could say, you know what, I'll just go back to the dorm, take my chances, which Porsha doesn't want. And Trina wouldn't want to do that anyway. But bottom line, Trina is going to do what she wants to do. And I'm happy she pretty much stood her ground. and good for her. So now we have Drew telling Michael that Nina is Willow's mother. And Michael's like, no, the woman that has tormented Nina from day one, from the time Nina was Willow was a teacher, got her fired. I mean, and it was funny. I thought, that's right. She and Valentine did get Willow fired from teaching. And Willow loves teaching, right? All because of Charlotte. So, and then it's time after time. And he was mentioning the things that Nina has done. And he goes, but look, you need to know. And Willow needs to know. You know, I know Nina's not ideal, but time is of the essence. It's critical. Willow needs you. Willow needs you to, to handle this, right? So Michael's like, you're right. You know what? You're right. And he goes, your mom is telling Nina. And Michael is not thinking like, wait, how do you know, mom, or whatever? But so he's headed for Willow's room. And that's when he runs into Sonny. And Sonny, leaves, and he sits down and he's talking to Willow. Willow's still asleep, talking to Willow, saying, you're my conscience. I know you would tell me to go after my father, but no, I can't think of that right now. And all I think about is you, and I need you to wake up. And so she wakes up, right? And she realizes, she goes, what happened? And he said, you passed out, you're in the hospital. And then she's like, oh my God, did Wiley see me pass out? And he's like, yes. And she's trying to sit up. He goes, no, Willow, lay back, wait, you gotta keep your strength up. And so he goes, we will talk to Wiley when we get home. And she's like, if I go home. And he goes, don't talk like that, Willow. And he goes, look, I have something I have to tell you. And she's like, what? She goes, I see it in your face, Michael. Something is up with you. And he goes, because there's something I have to tell you, and it's about Nina. She goes, I don't ever want to hear that woman's name again. Right? And he goes, I have to tell you this. Okay. We didn't get as far as him actually telling her today. But we've got now Carly in the chapel talking to Nina. And Nina was all in denial. This was some kind of trick of Carly. And it's cruel. And no, she can't be. Nell was her daughter. And Carly's like, you had twins. Oh, now I know you're making she goes, I'm going to do you a favor. And I'm going to just pretend this cruel conversation never happens. Did you tell this to Willow? She goes, no, Willow doesn't know yet. Well, good. Don't say anything because this is ridiculous and blah, blah, blah. And Carly's like, no, listen, you have to get tested. You are her best hope. And so she goes, I don't have to do nothing you say, Carly. She goes, you got to come at me with you got to say these accusations and with no proof. And so she goes, I have proof. And Nina turns because Nina was getting ready to walk out. What do you mean you have proof? I have proof. I did a DNA test. How could you do a DNA test? She goes, I got a strand of Willow's hair from her hairbrush, and I took one of the glasses that you used at the Metro Court. So you illegally got a DNA test done on me. And Carly goes, and it came back 99.9%. You are her mother. And Willow looked. For a year, you made me feel like scum, or treated me like scum, because she didn't make Nina feel like scum at all. Nina didn't feel like scum. She felt justified. That was her Mike, and she didn't care what she had to do to keep him, right? She goes, you treated me like scum. And because she goes, how long have you known? Or how did you find out? And so she goes, because she told Nina what happened. You had twins. Your mother, Madeline, probably made sure Phyllis didn't know that you were pregnant with twins. She gave Phyllis one. She gave the other baby to Harmony. And Nina looked at her. And she goes, And how do you know this? And she said, Harmony told me the night she died. She goes, that was last year. You have kept my daughter. That's what she brought up. You treated me like scum for not telling about Sonny, but you have kept my daughter from me for since last year, because come on, it ain't over a year. We just at 8 months. Seriously, just at 8 months, you know. And you said nothing. I thought, wow. She conjured up a voice in her. And so she told Carly, you're a monster. And Carly's like, you know what? You can hate me all you want, but go get tested for Willow needs you. And she goes, don't you tell me what to do. I'm gonna go save my daughter, you know. And I'm thinking, and the thing is, as she was starting to believe it a bit, like, oh, could this be true? What flashed through Nina's mind were all the different little ugly scenes and all the things where she was attacking Willow. Because trust me, in all of them, Nina was the aggressor. There was only one civil thing that Nina thought of, was the time that she and Willow were at GH, and Willow was talking about how she wants to be a mother worthy of her child's respect. And Willow said, I mean, Nina says, you are a good mother, Willow. You know, you're nothing like your mother. You know, that was the, out of all the different scenes, that was the only time she said something nice to her. All the other times was tearing into her. And like Michael said from day one, tearing into her. And Nina's thinking, if I'd known she was my daughter, I wouldn't have torn into her like that. Didn't matter if she was your daughter or not, chick. That's the kind of person you are. Okay, didn't matter. You saw Willow as an easy target. You saw Willow as a quiet, meekable person that you could just unload on anytime you wanted. And that's exactly what Nina did. That's exactly what Nina did. So now, okay, Carly's going to be a monster, or on the outs. She's not going to be a monster. She'll be on the outs for a minute. Wonder why a minute? Right now it's in crisis. And it's Carly's news right now that's going to save Willow. So yeah, she'll be on the outs for a minute. And Nina's going to say, how dare she keep me from my daughter? And I'm going to tell everybody again, what goes around comes around. Nina kept Sonny. It doesn't matter. And then I would comment corner, when Nina called Carly that once and Carly kept talking and Nina didn't get a word in. No. Yes, that is what happened, but you know what Nina heard? She's saying, well, Carly, I ain't saying nothing to her. She was looking for a reason not to tell Carly, because she could have told Phyllis. Isn't Phyllis Nina's one of her best friends? Oh, she hid the news from Phyllis like there was no tomorrow. She didn't even tell Phyllis, I know who he is. I know his history. I know his family. Oh, by the way, they're grieving. They think he's dead. He has a daughter that's less than a year old, right about a year old. He has another daughter that's about 4. Oh, they're grieving. They think their father is dead. He has a grandson. Oops, oh, my grandson. He has a grandson that now thinks his grandpa is dead. The secret Nina kept affected way more lives than the secret Carly kept. Period. Nina would go into town and look them grieving folks in the face, thinking someone is dead. There's a difference when you don't know something and some person that you know and love, you believe has been ripped away from you in death. You're in mourning. Nina is not mourning Willow because Nina never knew Willow existed. Now, I am not saying this as to Carly is right. I've said this again. Carly was right until Willow told her she was actively looking for her parents. Because before that, Willow was adamant. She did not want to know. She didn't want to look for them, period. Willow didn't. But once Willow changed her mind and Carly knew, Carly should have told her. She should have said, look, you do with this what you want. You tell her if you want, but the woman you can't stand more than anything, she's your mother. That's your mama, girl. Sorry, had to tell you. You know, so Nina's gonna be running to Sunny. Oh, she kept another daughter from me. Oh, no. Because it didn't matter when Sunny's whole family, even his adult children, looked at Nina and said, how dare you keep our father from us all this time? And Nina just, Mike was happy with me. I know what I did was wrong, but you know, Nina didn't care. She still doesn't care. I said I was sorry. Oh, did you? Huh, okay. So Carly should just say sorry. I said I was sorry. You know, said I was sorry, Nina. Everything's okay. But anyway, let me keep it pushing. So, you know, now Nina's gonna run out. Nina's going to be Nina and save the day. I'm sure she's gonna, Michael's trying to tell Willow right now. Nina's probably gonna burst in that room and tell Willow herself. Upset Willow so much that Willow's probably gonna have a cardiac arrest or something, you know, because Nina has no tact. One of the things, she looked at Carly and says, how could you do this to me? And it'd be, girl, you're public enemy number one. If I'm gonna do something to anybody, I'm doing it to you, right? But please, do it to somebody I like, I'm doing it to you, Nina. And if I'm such a monster, then guess what? We both got reserved seats in wherever you think bad people go. Because you right there with me, girl. So we got Spencer. We got the best crack in the case. Spencer's talking to Alexis. You know, he's upset, you know, goodness. Nell's gonna be not a good mother to his siblings. Goodness, Lord knows what he thinks about his father. He's like, I'd probably be the best. But anyway, that's not Spencer's baby. He was just testing Nell. Spencer, there's nothing in him that even makes him have an inkling to think that that's his kid. That's how long it's been since he slept with Esme. So Alexis is finally saying, listen, is there anybody that Esme knows anything? Does she? And he goes, wait a minute. Esme has siblings. They're just not close. Everybody, that was the first time I ever heard of that. Has any of you ever heard that Esme had siblings? They're just not close? Were they talking the adoptive siblings? You know, siblings from the adoptive family? Because I never heard her speak of any kind of siblings whatsoever. So in Comic Corner, can somebody tell me about that? So then he goes, but she has a nanny. She was close to, kept in contact with. Her name is Maggie. She goes, I gave the information to Sam and Sam was supposed to look into it. Alexis goes, my Sam? She goes, yeah, yes. So she goes, oh, shoot, I'll check with Sam. And she goes, Maggie was very close to Esme, and Esme mentioned she would be protective of her. He goes, I don't, when Trina got exonerated, he says, I did not think too much more of it because of, his situation. He's going to jail now, right? He goes, but yes, there is someone. So Alexis is getting ready to turn the stones over to find out about Maggie. Good. Finally, see, that is all going to finally start to come to a head. But one thing that Trina said to Porsha that was interesting to me. She says, I wanted revenge on Esme. Revenge. She says, but Esme, I saw her on the Haunted Star. She was drenched, frail, and pregnant. She says, now that she's not supposed to have her memory, she doesn't remember the things she's done. And Portia's like, that doesn't mean it absolves her. She goes, no, it doesn't. But maybe this Esme is a better Esme, which was interesting to me that Trina would even think that way. That she could honestly her heart would go that far to be that forgiving. And I'm thinking, well, that's just because she don't remember. Trina, what you gonna say when she does finally remember? Right? I don't know. No, she doesn't get a do-over like that. Esme's Esme. I'm not saying hate her, this consumes your life because you and Spencer are putting your life in danger, right? You're not telling your mama that. But Trina's willing to forgive her. That's interesting. So now let's go to Comment Corner. We have Phyllis. Phyllis says, it is time to put Carly in her place. Carly down Nina because of Sonny, but she called Carly to tell her, and Carly kept running her mouth. I don't blame Nina for not telling Carly. I blame Carly for not telling Willow about Nina. If Willow didn't want to have anything to do with her after that, after she found out she was her mother, that would be up to her. That show should put Carly down. She's tired of her. Yep, you know what, Phyllis? Yeah, I get it. You know what? Your comments are completely valid. She should have told Willow, when Willow said she wanted to know about her parents. She should have. Period. So I agree with you 100%. I do not give a hot hoot about Carly telling Nina. Should have told Willow. But Nina, how would I come tell you? You didn't tell us. You didn't tell none of us. Matter of fact, Carly should have told everybody but Nina. Should have told Michael. Should have told Willow. Let them deal with telling Nina. Right? That's how that should have went. And unfortunately, it didn't go that way. Brooklyn says, put Cody with Carly. They both deserve each other. The writers want him. I don't know why Cody is still on the show. I really don't. He has no story. And Susan said, Carly had to eat some crow telling Nina that she's Willow's mother. She tried to be civil and calm. If Nina had been nice to Willow from the start, when they met at Charlotte's school and not kept the secret that Sonny was alive, she would still be in Wiley's life. And they would all be getting along. Michael, Willow, and Nina. Nina owes Willow a huge apology for treating her so badly. And remember, treated Willow so badly. Wouldn't Nina need to prove she is Willow's biological mother? Yes, eventually. Actually, she would. As long as Willow is unconscious, she is conscious, she can make her own decisions. She can. Actually, truth be told, the test to see if she's a bone marrow match is a different test than to prove paternity. Nina would have to legally prove she is Willow's mother to make the decisions. She really would. But look, that's just a test, right? And Curtis would understand that at this point, he and Porsha should have boundaries, where Trina is concerned. Trina should update Porsha and Curtis about how Spencer is becoming his own man, unlike his father and Uncle Victor. Well, Trina did say Spencer is changing. And then said Spencer wants to be a much better person than he had been, a much better Cassadine man, and the Cassadines he's related to. As Alexis told him, he could go forge his own life, which he can. That is what Spencer and Trina need to show her mom and Curtis. He met with Alexis about the baby Esme is carrying and believes the baby will be better raised by him. He's probably gonna try to do a Michael when Michael took little Avery from Sonny, and not by Esme or his father. They both agreed they're not fit for them to raise a child. But Alexis still would not go along with Spencer taking a baby, just like she told Nicholas, I'm not in for. Well, Alexis is an attorney anyway. She's not an attorney. She couldn't do it. Spencer would have to get another attorney to handle that. But one of the things that's funny, Porsha better watch how much judgment she's putting down. Because see, ladies and gentlemen, we only got one more month. One more month before Valentine's Day. That wedding is not going to happen. I can guarantee it. Something's going to happen to stop that wedding. And it's going to come out that Trina could be Curtis's. Because one thing we have found out, Porsha doesn't really know, which was ridiculously stupid. She's a doctor. But Porsha does not even know. But now, what you going to say through your tears? So don't be too verbally judging of others, Porsha. I've never really liked Porsha. Deborah says, Hope Elizabeth's words to Cameron got his attention. He and Josh are so young, they will get another interest. Yes, they are. And I said, if Esme may be Jeff. Oh, you said, was that you, Deborah? That Esme may be Jeff's, and you dismissed that idea. Did I dismiss it? I just don't know. I probably said, nah, I don't think so. Well, guess what? Interesting chain of events. I'm just saying Elizabeth is around her a whole awful lot, right? If they start making that a family connection, that's going to be a game changer. But I'm glad to see you see my point. Yes, I do. But no, Heather would not get involved. I mean, Cameron would not get involved with Esme. Heather is a liar. Maybe Heather will confess to Ryan that he is not Esme's father, and he will hook her. What do you think? And then Ruth says, no, I believe it was Morgan's grave. Oh, the grave where Nell is kind of by, might be Morgan's grave. You might be right, Ruth. Charlotte said, because you didn't want to know the absolute truth and what happened, she's the one that came and disturbed Michael with nonsense, talking about my grandson. And if Willow died, he won't have a mother and all that nonsense. I know she came in talking about, I found out your fiance is stage 4, and I'm gonna come in talking about if she dies. Oh, whoa, right? And Deirdre says, in defense of Nina, all she has left is Wiley. As a grandparent, I can tell you the love one feels for a grandchild is beyond understanding until you have your own. You are so right. I'm a grandmom, have a granddaughter. She's 4, right? You are so right. But you want to know what? I wouldn't let that granddaughter that I love so much believe that their grandpa that they love so much is dead. I wouldn't do that. I also, since I love him so much, and this time she still was able to see Wiley. On the most important day of his little life is his birthday. I would make sure I was at that birthday, right? But no, she was in Nixon Falls with Mike. She just called that grandson she loved so much on the phone, right? And then when Mike walked in the room, oh, gotta go, because I love him so much. Gotta go. She hung that phone up so bad, so fast. So yeah, you are right. It's Nina, it has to suit her for Wiley to really matter. Now, I'm not saying she doesn't love her. Yes, she loves that boy. But let's okay, the grandma card. All right. So Deidre says his wife made a lot of money. She was a top reporter all over the world. We're talking about Jackie, whatever. Jackie something. It's going to come up in another comment. And then Anna Rihanna says Alexis and Gregory are cute. I fast forward Brooklyn Chase too. I said we'll never stop, Nina. I said she will never stop, Nina. Another mismatch is Cody and Sasha. Please don't do that, writers. Don't put Sasha and Cody together. That's going to be horrible. He says Cam needs a minute, 2 or 3 to kind of collect himself. Sonny loves Michael and shows his support. Nina will push one day too hard. Like the rest, she'll be history. Can it be now? Let's get ready to rumble. I can't believe Carly just handled this. We just handed this to Nina so she can remind her forever and hold it over her head. Carly, karma's coming. Yeah, for a minute. Carly will be in the doghouse for a minute. She always is. LaShunta says, this whole situation is out of order. When Sonny went through Britt's personal papers, why Sonny didn't go to Michael? Instead, he left his sidekick. He let his sidekick go rogue. I mean, I know, why didn't he go to Michael? Bet Nina, he calls Jocelyn to talk to her about it versus Michael. I didn't get that. I really did not. Okay. Bet Nina is going to be like Alexis and Sam. Remember, she wouldn't let Sam have that surgery. Jason needed to man up. Sonny needs to man up. If he ever wants a relationship with Michael, he better check Nina. You remember Patrick, Epiphany, Elizabeth did that surgery. I can remember, yeah, Alexis, because Sam and Jason had gotten divorced. You know, they've been married a couple times. And this was during a little period where they weren't married. And Alexis was next to Ken. And oh, she's just was something else, right? And then Annette says, if Michael and Willow aren't married, then Willow is legally in Nina's hands as being she's her mother. Nina will stop all family from having any access to Willow, the baby until Willow is well. You know what's funny? Nina might try that. And if she does try that, you know what we're all going to see? We're all going to see Sonny say, no, that's not the right thing to do. Seriously. It's like when Sonny was having that heart-to-heart at Willow's bedside. He really he really cares for Willow. And he says, I know how much you care for my son. You love Michael, and Michael loves you. You're trying to broker peace between us. Sonny will not let Nina do that. Bar Michael's whole family from seeing Willow. And if Nina persists, that will be a divide between Sonny and her. He won't have it, right? Nakisha says, I noticed the side. Oh, she's noticed that side door before when Jocelyn was babysitting and she bandaged up Dex's wound. When she took the sheet and everything out to her car, she went through that side door. And the reason why it stuck in her mind was because remember Michael and Willow came home. They came through the main door and Jocelyn came through the main door behind them. And she was wondering, wait, you didn't go out that door, but you're coming in that door. So yeah, you're right. I remember that when you said that. And then Michael says, Jackie Templeton. Jackie Templeton is Gregory's ex-wife. Sonny had to pick up his woman. I think that Wiley I like that Wiley had time with his grandparents. They're chemistry testing Sasha and Cody. The writers don't know if if they want Chase and Brooklyn back together again. They better not, because nobody else does. Poor Cameron, he'll get over Joss eventually. That's an interesting theory that I have as well. Jeff could be Esme's father. I think Jeff being Esme's father instead of Ryan, yeah, that would be good. Carly is being so cowardly. This is life or death. How is she being cowardly? She told. Drew would hold her foot to the fire. Great recap. Oh, that's before Carly told, but yeah, you're right. Hello there says, the rooster's going home to roost. Carly will have to come clean to Nina that she's Willow's mother. I'll be the monkey's behind. Carly dodged a bullet by Willow not waking up, or else poor girl would have had a heart attack. I know, you would have told her like that, Carly. I'm actually thinking it would be better just to give the bone marrow from Nina as an anonymous donor and avoid further damage to Willow's health. Tell Willow about Nina when she feels better. Nina ain't about to let that happen. Nina is going to let Willow and everybody on the planet know that she saved her daughter's life, and that is her daughter. She could care less when the best time for Willow to hear it or not. That's Nina for you. Gregory is referring to his wife, Chase's mother, the character Jackie Templeton, originally played by Demi Moore. When you said that, and I read this comment, I remember when Demi Moore was on the soap as Jackie Templeton. She played a good little snazzy Jackie Templeton. I remember she was with Luke way back in the early 80s. Wow. And 5223 says Jackie was dating Robert before he married Holly. Hello there said LOL 25223. Jackie was dating a lot of guys. Luke just got a quick stop along the way. And they were trying to find the right lady for him after Jeannie Francis left the show, when Jackie wasn't really right for him. So then she kind of passed around, I guess. And then Sandy says, they are trying to put Cody with Sasha. She already has Gladys stealing from her. She sure doesn't need Cody in the mix. I know. And then Lucy says, you're not fond of Cody and Sasha you're not fond of Cody and Sasha as a couple. No, I'm not either. At all. I don't like Cody at all. Hello there says he probably knows about Gladys from the poker games with Wu. We haven't seen him there with Gladys. Well, we haven't seen Gladys there either. We haven't seen any of the poker games. But given that he played with Mrs. Wu in the past, and lost badly, I'm guessing it's implied that he knows Gladys lost her shirt, and he realizes that he can't hit up Sasha for dough. Well, what's interesting from that, hello there, you're right. Bottom line, Wu would have sicked Cody on Gladys. Because remember, she told him, you're going to make the people lose that I want lose, and make the people win that I want win. They just have never showed, because that's a lot of casting to do for the card games and all of that. Absolutely, Cody is well in the mix with that, because yeah, no, he is, and he definitely knows that Gladys, and now this is probably confirmation now, because Sasha's probably said Gladys's name. I fast forwarded them, but I'm almost sure when I was listening, she said her guardianship is her mother-in-law or ex-mother-in-law, Gladys. Cody's going to definitely Cody might be the one to tell Sasha about Gladys losing all her money. Also, I read a spoiler that Gladys is really Gloria Wilson Chamberlain. What? Remember when Sasha asked if she was missing an earring? Gloria was supposed to have been killed by Ryan. Oh, Ryan in the 90s. No, before Felicia. No, Sasha said, did you lose your earrings already? Talking about the studs that she gave her for Christmas. And Gladys is like, I wouldn't wear them here. Psh, Gladys knew she already handed those over to Wu. Upon meeting Ryan, Gladys already left Brando's deadbeat father and moved to Texas under an assumed name before running away with Ryan and coming back under the original name Gladys. Really? I don't know. That's interesting. I've never heard that part. Okay. Huh. The DNA on the earrings was Gloria's because that was what she was registered at that time, not Gladys. Nah, I think they're two different people. I really, really do. Because Gladys is still Sonny's relative. And you may come back as a different name, but Sonny would know Gloria, Gladys, Gloria. No, I think they're different people. And then Jane says Finn's ex-wife should be coming back, the one that's dead. Jane says Wiley is Willow's real son. Nope. Actually, Willow's real son died with Shiloh. Wasn't Wiley with Brad and his partner? Yep, Wiley was Nell's baby. Nell switched the dead baby that Brad was taken to the hospital with her live baby. And then Eduardo says, I am aware it's human nature for everyone to have an opinion on others, so much as to go an eye for an eye, as you did me, I should do to you, karma. Hey, you go to sleep 20 years later, you have twins, they're stolen. You think you'd be in a moral frame of mind. I think Nina should be thinking that way with reason. Carly has no excuse to hold anything or anyone on anyone. Go Drew. Did Nina become pregnant while in the coma? No, Nina was pregnant before she was in the coma. And Nina was happy about her baby. She had not told, she was going to tell her husband Silas Clay, who I think was out of town, probably sleeping with Ava. And her mother poisoned her to get rid of the baby, or gave her some kind of abortion poison to get rid of the baby before Silas could come back. But that's when she went into the coma, and then her mother made sure she had legal divorce papers and all kind of stuff so that they were divorced, and she never allowed him to see her. And then Dacia said Carly should have 9 months until before she tells Nina about Willow. Like Nina waited 9 months, keeping Sonny away from his family, but Nina did call Carly to try to tell her Sonny was alive, but Carly didn't want to hear her. You know what? And let's also think about this. Yeah, it was 9 months before Carly and the family found out Sonny was alive. But did Nina tell Sonny? No. See, everybody, we're talking about, well, she didn't tell Sonny. She didn't tell Sonny at all. Sonny's memories came back when he was in that fire. Had Sonny's memories not come back, Nina had fully planned. She was already cutting all her Port Charles ties and everything. She was going to live there with Nixon Fall with him, continuing to allow his family to believe he was dead. Period. Nina did nothing selfish. Nina didn't come forward because it was the right thing to do. Sonny had to remember on his own. And when she walked into that room and he was laying on that clinic bed, and she says, Mike, and he looked up at her. He said, my name is Sonny. Sonny Corinthos. And she looked at him like, yeah. Okay. So poor Nina. Poor Nina. Let's see. What else do we have? We have Ron says Cody is going to hook up with Sasha. Their chemistry works. She smiled. I don't know about their chemistry working. And then Kawan says maybe Finn's wife is Heather's sister. What Finn's wife? Finn's wife is dead. Hello there says Cody is probably hanging around the Quartermain estate to get his hands on their money. He couldn't get the necklace, so now he wants the next best thing. Dacia says Nina should stop trying to meddle in everybody else's business. I hope they don't let Nina inside the room with Willow. She might upset her again. And then Ruth says, I think within a month or maybe even a year, Alexis and Gregory is going to get down. If you get you mean get together? Okay, Ruth, we got your meaning. They're gonna hook up. Does Alexis have a couch in that office? Just saying. And then Ruth says, of course, Carly is wrong. Well, that's all the comments for Comment Corner. Comment Corner, thank you all for your phenomenal comments. We will see what happens next week on General Hospital.